Let's face it, if you're involved in building applications, deploying them, keeping them running today,
Yeah,
it's complex, right? It often feels like you're hacking through a jungle, not following a clear path.
totally. It's a lot to manage. And finding something simpler, well, that's the dream, isn't it?
Exactly. And that sort of brings us to Xuda.
Right. That seems to be their core pitch, looking at the materials.
Yeah, they're positioning it as, well, more than just another platform. It sounds like they're suggesting a pretty fundamental
A
shift.
shift in how you handle the whole life cycle. Yeah, that's the impression I got too.
Okay, so for this deep dive, let's try and cut through the marketing speak.
Get to the core.
Exactly. What is Xuda, really? And maybe more importantly, why should someone trying to build and scale apps efficiently pay attention? What makes it stand out?
Well, the basic idea they present is it's a state-of-the-art development and deployment platform.
Okay.
But the interesting bit, I think, is the combination. It's not just orchestration tools, for managing complex stuff.
Yeah. Right, like Kubernetes or similar things.
Sort of, but it's tightly woven together with this dynamic marketplace idea.
A marketplace.
Yeah. The goal seems to be revolutionizing how you build, deploy, and scale by integrating these things right from the start.
Okay, let's unpack that combination then. The sources talk about a lot of opportunities for developers, businesses, even big enterprises.
Mhm.
What specific kind of potential are they really highlighting there? What's the unique angle?
It seems to go beyond just, like, here are some tools. For developers, sure, build custom apps,
Standard stuff.
right. But then there's the marketplace as a direct path to, well, getting those apps out there, maybe making money from them.
Ah, okay. Distribution built in.
Exactly. And for businesses, the focus shifts slightly. Things like sophisticated API automation,
Connecting systems.
yeah, linking different things together smoothly, and also building apps that are inherently fault tolerant.
Hmm.
Apps that don't fall over if one piece has a problem.
Business continuity, basically.
Pretty much. And what's interesting, I think, is that it feels like they're not just offering isolated tools, but trying to build this whole ecosystem.
An ecosystem where these different needs kind of feed off each other.
That's the sense I get.
Yeah.
Developers build stuff, businesses use it or build on it, all within this one environment.
Ambitious. Okay, so how does this translate into actual features? The documents outline different usage scenarios.
Yeah, they do.
What jumped out at you there?
The range, really.
Yeah.
It goes from, pretty standard secure setups for traditional apps
Okay.
to public landing pages that need to be super reliable, high availability.
Right, makes sense.
But then it also covers complex systems spread across different locations,
Yeah.
geographically dispersed stuff.
Multi-region setups.
Exactly. And even building apps that work across, different operating systems, different devices,
Hmm.
cross-platform.
That's quite a spread.
It is. It suggests they're really aiming for versatility.
Mm.
Did it raise any questions for you, seeing that range?
Well, yeah. I mean, the breadth is impressive, but makes you wonder, is it trying to be too many things?
A jack of all trades?
Kinda. It covers a lot of ground. But what's the engine driving all this? The sources keep mentioning the Xuda API.
Ah, yes, the API.
Why is that so central? What's special about it?
Well, the API, the application programming interface, is definitely positioned as the backbone, the central nervous system, as they put it.
Okay.
And what's interesting is how they describe its design. It's not just basic connect A to B.
Right.
They emphasize its ability to scale almost automatically with demand, elastic scaling.
Okay, handles low.
Handles load, yeah. And deep customization developers can really tweak it for their specific needs.
So not just a black box.
Seems not.
Yeah.
And interoperability, it's designed to play nice with other systems, other tech.
Crucial these days.
Absolutely. They specifically mention using it for tailored solutions, automating complex workflows, which is a big deal for efficiency,
Yeah. Huge.
and even integrating things like AI capabilities.
Oh, interesting. So it's forward-looking.
It suggests an API built for, what's coming next, not just what we do now.
So the API is the smart part, but what about the physical foundation? We read a lot about their global data centers.
Right, infrastructure.
What's the key advantage there? Is it just about having servers everywhere?
It's more than just dots on a map, I think.
Mhm.
Having that distributed network is key to delivering on, scalability and reliability promises.
Location matters.
Definitely. Putting centers in key regions means aiming for low latency, that quick, responsive feel for users, wherever they are,
Snappy apps.
hopefully. And also robust real-time data sync. They talk about using VPS, virtual private servers, so dedicated
Oh,
resources.
okay, not just shared hosting.
Right. And pairing that with CouchDB.
Ah, CouchDB, known for replication, right?
Exactly. Masterless replication. That combination suggests a focus on both performance and resilience, making sure data is consistent and available even if, say, one server has a bad day.
Okay, makes sense. So how does that infrastructure connect to actually getting your app out there? Deployment.
Mhm.
The sources talk about a modern, robust deployment system. Flexible. What does that mean in practice?
Well, they describe it as built for, modern cloud approaches,
Hmm.
not legacy stuff.
Right.
And the wide range of deployment options seems key. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing.
So choices.
Choices. Need a totally private environment.
Yep.
Want to expose things only via a secure API. That's an option. Need something that works across web, mobile, whatever.
Cross-platform again?
Exactly. The materials suggest Xuda provides the tools and control for all those scenarios,
Mm.
which again ties back to that theme of flexibility,
Yeah.
adapting to different needs.
Okay, so we've got the core tech API infrastructure deployment. What about the sort of human side, the user experience? They mentioned the Xuda ecosystem.
The ecosystem.
What's the idea there? Collaboration, productivity.
I think it's about creating a more, connected and productive space for everyone using it.
That's it.
Well, things like the lifetime free account that lowers the barrier to entry, right? Get people trying it out.
Sure.
Then they mention an innovative email client, a unified dashboard. Seems like an effort to bring key tasks together, make daily management easier.
Centralization.
Kind of. And adding AI-powered assistance suggests the platform itself is trying to actively help users maybe optimize things.
Interesting. Does it feel like these pieces really fit together synergistically?
That's the question, isn't it? It sounds good.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
do explicitly say Xuda is built on 5 integrated systems.
Right, I saw that. Focused on simplifying CI/CD,
Exactly. Continuous integration, continuous delivery, that whole pipeline from code to production.
which can be a real headache.
Oh, absolutely. Often a bottleneck.
Yeah.
So by integrating these 5 systems, the aim seems to be smoothing that out, making it faster, more reliable to get updates live.
Makes sense. Now, one claim that really stood out was industry agnostic.
Big claim.
Very. What does that actually mean in practical terms? Can one platform truly work well for, say, finance and manufacturing and sauce?
Well, the idea, I suppose, is that the core building blocks are universal enough.
Like Lego bricks.
Kind of. Robust infrastructure, flexible deployment, the powerful API we talked about, development tools. These aren't necessarily tied to one industry.
Okay.
So a SaaS company needs scalable APIs. A bank needs secure data transfer, maybe using those APIs. A factory might want to connect equipment using APIs. The core need reliable, scalable communication or deployment might be similar.
So the platform provides the foundation, and different industries build their specific solutions on top.
That seems to be the concept. The flexibility is key, allowing developers in different fields to tailor it.
Okay. And speaking of different users, let's circle back to the Xuda marketplace. You mentioned it earlier.
Right, the marketplace.
Sounds like a pretty important part of that ecosystem idea.
It does. It seems to serve 2 main groups.
Developers and businesses.
Exactly. For devs, it's a place to showcase their apps, maybe integrations or tools they've built, potentially monetize them,
So a distribution channel again?
and a potential revenue stream. For businesses, it's a place to find pre-built solutions or components.
Save development time.
Yeah, potentially grab something off the shelf that fits a need rather than building it from scratch. They talk about a good user experience, security, ways to find things, aiming for a useful exchange.
It feels like there are different ways to engage with Xuda, though.
Oh.
Different levels. The sources mention membership and enterprise plans.
Tiered approach.
What's the basic difference for a user?
It looks like they're catering to a whole spectrum, from individuals or small teams just starting out.
The free tier, maybe?
Probably. Access to core tools, let people explore. Then you've got paid memberships, enterprise plans.
The bigger needs.
Right. Unlocking more advanced stuff. Maybe the full Xuda Studio capabilities, more deployment scale, full marketplace access, that global data sync we discussed.
So pay for what you need, essentially.
Seems like it. Choose a level that fits your budget and needs now, but with an option to scale up later if things grow.
Okay. And what if the built-in features aren't quite enough? For customization, there's the Xuda plugin system.
Yeah, the plugins. That's all about extending the platform.
How does that work?
It seems to provide a framework for developers to build their own additions, add specific features, connect to external services they rely on, really tailor things.
Like browser extensions, but for your application platform?
Kind of like that, yeah. They mention different categories of plugins, suggesting some structure. And importantly, they talk about a collaborative ecosystem.
Sharing plugins.
Exactly. Build a tool, maybe others can use it too, fosters innovation, stops everyone reinventing the same wheels for common tasks, like, I don't know, connecting to a specific database or adding a UI element.
A community library of extensions.
That's the idea.
Now, we also saw Xuda Slim mentioned. That sounds smaller.
Yeah, lightweight.
What's the deal there? Who's it for?
It looks like it's specifically aimed at web app development. With a focus on simplicity, efficiency,
Okay.
they compare it to Alpine.js.
Which is known for being really minimal, right?
Exactly. Very small, focus on the front end. So Xuda Slim likely targets developers who want that kind of lean approach for web interfaces. Fast, responsive, without maybe needing the whole back-end platform complexity initially.
So a different entry point.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
And they mention it's independent but has an easy upgrade path to the full platform. So start simple, grow into the wider ecosystem if needed.
Interesting. And then for the opposite end of the spectrum, perhaps people who don't want to code as much.
Xuda Studio, the no-code platform.
Right. Well, what can that actually do? Is it just simple websites?
They position it as pretty revolutionary, actually. A drag-and-drop interface, yes, making it accessible.
Okay, visual building.
Visual building. But they also mention things like real-time collaboration.
Multiple people working at once.
Seems so. And AI-driven workflows for automating tasks within the app you're building. Even advanced debugging tools, which you don't always see in no-code.
So potentially quite powerful, even without traditional coding.
That's the pitch. Plus, online-offline functionality. Integrations with things like Tailwind for UI and Firebase for backend services.
It suggests it could be used for fairly sophisticated apps.
Good to know there's support too. If things go wrong or you need help, the Xuda support plans.
Yeah, crucial piece for any platform, right?
Absolutely. What's the range there?
Again, tiered, tailored to different users. Basic email help maybe for individuals on free plans,
Okay.
all the way up to like 204/7 monitoring and dedicated support managers for enterprises running critical stuff on the platform.
So you can get the level of help you need depending on how much you rely on it.
Exactly. Building confidence, basically.
And finally, underpinning all of this is the actual hosting, the VPS solutions.
Right, the virtual private servers.
What are the key takeaways there? Just standard VPS hosting? It seems pretty comprehensive. Customizable resources. Pick your CPU, RAM, storage.
Tailor it to the app's needs.
Right. And it's integrated with that global data center network for performance and availability.
Okay.
They also emphasize cost effectiveness, security features like automatic backups, and importantly, scalability. Easy to ramp resources up or down.
So a solid foundation for running the apps you build or deploy with Xuda.
That seems to be the goal, a reliable, scalable place to host everything.
Okay, wow. We've covered a lot of ground there. Really dug into the different pieces of Xuda.
Yeah, it's quite broad.
So if we had to boil it down, summarize that core value proposition, what is it?
I think the central theme really is integration, bringing together a very comprehensive set of tools and services.
Covering the whole life cycle.
Exactly. From development, whether you code, use no code, or something in between, all the way through to flexible global deployment, managing it, scaling it.
And the marketplace on top.
And the marketplace, yeah. It positions itself as this unified platform designed to cut down the complexity, the friction you usually face building and running modern apps.
Absolutely. We've seen that breadth, the API, the global footprint, the ecosystem idea, the Studio, Slim. It's definitely aiming wide.
Trying to offer something for a lot of different needs and technical levels.
For sure. So thinking about you, the listener, as you navigate your own challenges, your own goals with applications, hearing about this whole toolkit that Xuda offers, what specific problem or maybe aspiration in your world could a platform like this potentially tackle?
Yeah, where might it fit for you?
It's definitely something to chew on as you think about the future of managing your applications.